Yeah, he's getting some tests. The early feel is decent, but like I said, until we get the MRIs and all that stuff to confirm everything, we won't know for sure. But we'll have it for you guys later this afternoon.
So the preliminary gut feeling is that it's not season ending.
Gut feeling, but you guys know I've been wrong a million times, so.
Okay.
Robert, it seems like you guys brought a lot more pressure on defense last night than typically. What led to that?
Every game's different. Obviously, they had two no linemen in the game, and so we felt like it'd be good to get after them a little bit. And that was really the gist of it. We did see some things from a protection standpoint that we felt like we could attack, but home game, get our guys going a little bit, get them going vertical.
Robert, what would have been the plan for Will and Michael and how they would have been used this year if everything went according to the original plan, that Hassan was here and obviously Jermaine was healthy?
Yeah, again, part of the rotation, right? And Will's done a great job taking advantage of it. He's been doing it since training camp, and for him, it's kind of a blessing without Hassan being here. It's given him a lot more reps than he probably would have taken had he not been here, or had he been here. So credit to Will, he's worked on it. He's getting better and better, and he's only going to get better. But credit to him and the work he's put in.
How does it feel to be part of such a wire-to-wire dominating victory? I mean, there's some NFL stats I think they put out that no team had ever that many yards, that much time of possession, that many sacks, no turnovers. What's it like being part of something like that?
It was good to win a game like that. Obviously, we know we've all been on the other side of it too, right? But just like week one wasn't a end all be all, neither is this one. And but it not to underscore that it was a great win and a great team win in all three phases, but we're not going to overreact, just like we didn't overreact in week one, but we'll properly react. And there's still a lot of things that we need to get better with, but obviously it's great to do it and off of a win.
Robert, how impressive is it how efficient Aaron is? He just doesn't seem to ever make those panicky mistakes that you see, even from some veteran quarterbacks.
Yeah. One of his hallmarks is I don't want to jinx him, but he does take care of the ball, and he'll be overly cautious if he has to. But no, it was awesome. We feel like anytime we did move the ball periods in training camp, again, you guys were there. It felt like whenever first team unit was up, even against our defense, it was 10, 12. I mean, I think they had an 18-play drive in there one week. So what we've done a great job of over the first 3 weeks of the season offensively is that we're not really having negative plays. We're not in second and long, third and long like we were at the rate a year ago. I know we had a couple yesterday, but we're doing a really nice job of just keeping the ball moving forward. And then obviously on third down, Aaron is making plays. The receivers are getting open. The O-line's protecting. All around, it's been fun to watch from an efficiency standpoint.
Robert, what is it like to know that you played as good a game as you guys did last night, and still know that there's still much more out there offensively for you guys? There's still, Aaron and Garrett were kind of not on the same page a few times. Things like that. As good as it did look at times last night, what kind of a luxury is it to know that there's a lot more there?
Well, it's good, because they were paying a lot of attention to Garrett, and they dared the rest of our guys to win. And it was great to see Big Mike get production. Allen's been getting production. Our run game is getting production. It was great to see Conklin get production. Even Xavier Gibson had a couple, So when all those guys start producing, they're going to have to balance up defensively, and that's going to open it up even more for G. And so it's a good thing. It's kind of like, on the defensive side, a lot of people pay attention to Quinnen. Well, I don't think it's a coincidence that Will McDonald's coming on strong and it opened up a little bit for Quinn to get a sack and a half. So it's team game, and if everyone's pulling their weight, it's going to open it up for everyone. But to really answer your question, and you've seen it all throughout the first two games. You had a 12-play drive against the Niners. You had what felt like three double-digit length drives against a really good Tennessee team on the road. So there's nothing fluky about the production that the offense has had from a scoring standpoint. It's just a matter of being able to do it more consistently, drive in and drive out, and I think it's only going to get better as the year goes on.
For somebody that has had, obviously, you're in your couple of years here, it's been a struggle offensively. How exciting is that to know that you have this in hand and that there's more?
No, it is good. Anytime you're, the O-line, the skill guys, the quarterback, I think Hackett's done a great job this offseason kind of remaking the offense a little bit. And, so like I said, it's only week 3, so there's still a long way to go. But knowing that we can score anytime we touch the ball is a good thing.
Just from watching it in real time, it looked like Tyron gave up a couple of sacks. I'm wondering, obviously you've watched it again, just maybe clarify on that. And is he still getting his legs under him a little bit, or what's the deal there?
No, he's fine. Tyron looks great. He's moving people in the run game. He's protecting really well. A couple of plays got extended from a drive standpoint, but no concern. He's rock solid.
Robert, we talked about this 3-game stretch a lot to start the season. I know ideally you would have liked to be 3-0 right now, but when you look at it now that you're through it, how do you feel like you guys handled it and played through it?
No, you know what, I've talked about it in the locker room a little bit with some of the guys. Really, really really proud of the way the guys attacked it. And by the guys, I'm talking about players and coaches. From a player standpoint, attacking the regen, attacking their opportunities, and really love the schedule we put together this week. It was the first time we've used it, and and it felt like we played fast, we played violent, we played with great strain and effort. We just felt like we had a lot of juice to us. Obviously, it was a home opener, so it helped, but to get through these 3 games, well-deserved rest for everybody over the weekend, but it wasn't easy. We're gonna have to do it again. Sure, we got another one coming up here in a few weeks. So, we just got to keep our thumb on it, keep our thumb on our regen, and attack each week like it's our last week.
Robert, with Mosley, is the thought that CJ might be ready for the Denver game?
Yeah, we confident that he'll be back for the Denver game. Again, we'll see once we get back on Monday, Tuesday, how he's feeling Wednesday. But I feel like if this was later in the year, got to have a game, and he would have mustered up the energy, not the energy, but been able to go. But it wasn't worth it to make such a small injury worse. In the grand scheme of things, probably wasn't worth it.
Robert, how did Olu perform in the fourth quarter when he came in from Oregon?
Thought he did a good job. He playing right side and jumped in there. I mean, it's kind of a luxury when Mo got hurt. You're sending out a first-round pick, so he did good. He's been getting a lot of reps in practice, obviously with the plans that we have for those 2 tackles, and again, he's another guy that we're looking forward to seeing getting better and better every week.
Is this how you envisioned the Brees Braylon tandem in the backfield, or when did it become apparent that this young guy is going to be like a legit part of the offense?
I would say once we put the pads on, he kind of separated himself, and it was clear that we had to get this dude on the field. It was, because you see it without pads, it's one thing. You saw the smoothness out of the backfield in the pass game. You saw the soft hands. You recognized his knowledge and protections and how smart he is. And but once we put the pads on, it was like a whole new level of football. And so he's earned it, and we'll continue to build it.
Robert,
We'll
defensively,
take a couple more for Coach. Couple more.
Robert, the first couple of weeks, the run defense was not probably where you wanted it to be. Last night, you kind of knew the Patriots are going to run the ball, and so how encouraged are you by the way your guys responded? You know, when you pretty much knew it wasn't going to be, they weren't going to be slinging it around all night.
Yeah, look at credit to San Fran. He called over 40 runs. He stuck to it, and we feel confident in our ability to stop the run. I said we'll fix it, and it's not to say that it's totally fixed, because there's going to be games where things pop open, but at the same time, I know our guys can stop the run. It was helpful for the offense to get us that 2-score lead, to get them out of that, to get them to kind of balance out where they had to throw the football. But overall, like, our guys are relentless. They understand how to play football, and I thought they've done a really nice job over the last 2 weeks in the run game, because I thought we did well in the run versus run against Tennessee also. But it was good to see against a team that we knew was going to try to come in here, run the ball 30 times. But great complementary football. Obviously, the offense possessing it, getting the 2-score lead that we talked about during the week, and then from there, the D line and linebackers could tee off.
Robert, what
Last one here.
what led to the 2 timeouts in the third quarter, and is that something you got to get cleaned up?
Yeah, I'll say it again. It's going to be a year-long thing, guys. He pushes the envelope with regards to the play clock, and we just got to be on it in terms of making sure that we don't take delay game penalties unless it's if it's a 3rd and 15. Well, there's going to be occasions where we let it run, but it's going to be an all-year thing. You'd love for it not to be, but that's part of his superpower. He likes to analyze the defense. He wants to push the envelope of getting it down to as close to 0 as he can, so he can identify pre-snap what the defense is in, so he can operate post-snap to the best of his ability. And so if we have to sacrifice a couple timeouts for Aaron Rodgers to be his best, we're fine with it.